The National Park Service logo appears. Throughout this program, you will hear the sounds of nature. A view down a grassy hill shows a river. Title: Exploring Soundscapes, Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks. A grove of oak trees with mountains in the background. Text appears on screen. From oak-covered foothills to the rocky High Sierra, there are places in the parks where it rarely snows, and places where the snows never melt. A tree in a meadow. Title: The Foothills. A bee pollinates a yellow flower. A nuthatch, a small bird, pecks open a seed in a tree. A bear lies in a tree, eating acorns off a branch. A lizard suns itself on a rock. Thunder rumbles in the distance, and the lizard scampers into a crevice. As thunder rumbles, we see a tree-covered mountainous valley. The camera tilts up to show a storm forming overhead. A small waterfall runs into a shallow pool of water. Several newts are shown in the water. One newt climbs a small rock covered with egg clusters under the water. Out of the water, the view returns to the grove of trees with mountains in the background. Snow-covered pine trees are shown in front of a jagged mountain cliff. Large rocks in a creek bed are covered in deep snow among the flowing water. A bobcat sits in the snow-covered forest. A large sequoia is shown from the base looking up as light snow falls. A group of snow-covered sequoia trees. Title: Giant Forest. The scene changes from winter to spring. Several large sequoia are shown. A grassy meadow in the forest with a fallen tree. A pleated woodpecker pecks at a broken tree. A large bear tears apart a fallen tree as her two cubs look on. A bee visits a lupine flower. A woodpecker returns to its home with dead bugs in its beak. A hummingbird feeds from a tall red flower. Sunset is seen through the trees in the valley. Day transitions to night as thousands of stars are seen through time-lapse imagery, and we hear the sounds of the forest at night. Night transitions to day. A flowery bush with mountains in the background appears. A mountain peak behind a dead tree. Title: Kings Canyon. A canyon wren chirps while sitting on an outcrop of rocks. A large bear stares at the camera while hugging a tree. An aerial shot of a river surrounded by trees with mountains in the background. An overhead shot of the river showing rapids. A swollen waterfall pours into the river. A dolly shot of a tree with snow-covered mountains in the distance revealing a valley below. Title, The High Sierra. Trees on a hillside. A tight shot of water dripping from dirty snow onto the ground. As the scene continues, we see small rocks tumble down the snow. In the distance, we see rock-covered mountains. A pika runs around a rocky crevice. A river in front of a tree-lined mountain range on a sunny day. Distant and close-up shots of aspen trees amongst the rocks on a breezy day. Grasses blow on a small lake with rocky mountains as a backdrop. The sun is glowing through a treescape with a snow-capped mountain in view. A tree and rock-lined valley splits the mountains. A serene lake in front of a small, rocky mountain. Dozens of coots swim and clean themselves in a lake surrounded by natural grasses. An overhead shot of a small lake located on a barren hillside. A grasshopper moves around on rocky soil before flying off screen. A dolly shot of a treeless mountain range. Three bighorn sheep rams play and butt heads in a clearing on a mountainside. A larger group of rams and ewes, about 16 in total, scour a mountainside. Two rams butt heads again. A camera pans a rocky, barren mountaintop. Text on screen, exploring Soundscapes, Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks. Produced and photographed by Stephen M. Bumgartner. Audio recording by Dr. Jacob Job. Production partners Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks. National Park Service Natural Sounds and Night Skies. Colorado State University Sound and Light Ecology Team. Mid-Pines Media. The National Park Service logo appears.